bro. We got the Buffalo Sabres in this episode. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bro, they finished a dead last.
Yes, they did. And they got compensated for it, though.
They did. They got first overall pick, which I personally find now like the balls. I have to cut this.
What balls?
The draft lottery. The draft lottery. What is it? Is it 25% first overall?
I think it's like 20% now. I think 20%. The odds got worse last year.
Like, are you kidding me? You are that bad of a team, and it's a league-wide known fact that you need to get better, and they only give you 20% for that first overall pick.
Yep.
Tough.
And but it's funny because as much as it's 20%, the Leafs got Matthews and they were supposed to, and Buffalo got Dahlin and they were supposed to.
I guess.
So it's almost like it kind of just works out, unless Edmonton sneaks in and steals the first rounder, which happens every other year.
Oh, makes me so angry.
Anyway, last year they finished last. Dead last.
Last year, the Sabres finished last with 62 points.
25 wins in an 82 season or game season.
It's making me cringe just looking at these stats.
Oof.
They were, okay, so their goal differential.
Yeah.
Minus 81.
Oh, my God, dude.
Now, I don't know if that's just maybe some poor luck or if the teams that are finished, 1, 2, 3 in both divisions in the East, maybe they just fed off of them, but minus tough. 81.
Dude, they finished 31st in goals per game, and they finished 29th in goals against. So they were bottom two, or bottom, basically the bottom team for and against. The only sort of bright spot is their special teams. They were 20th on the power play and 22nd on the PK, so like still the bottom third, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to look at the positives, glass half full.
I guess it's just to finish last and not even be close to touching any other team. Like even Ottawa, they sucked last year. They still they finished below them by 6-7 points, I think, or 5 points, whatever it was. Brutal.
And do you know what, dude?
Yeah.
So their past 4 years have not been very good, but they finished with 62 points, 25 wins this past year. The year before they had 33 wins. The year before that 35, and in 2014 they had 23 wins. So for their players,
yes.
Is that where we're at? Division? Do you want to talk about division? Yeah, I mean, the division. They finished last year, and I don't see that much of an improvement this year. I see an improvement. I still see them finishing bottom two in their division. Obviously, we know that the division is front loaded, right? So you got the Leafs, you got Boston, Tampa. I think both you and I are in agreement that Florida's gonna have a good year. The Habs and Sens are both shit shows, but Buffalo has just been there so long, so it's like they're used to being the biggest shit show of them all. But I honestly think that Ottawa, Montreal, and Buffalo are going to be just kind of exchanging who's dead last in the division all year.
Well, I hope we're wrong. I do agree with you, but I hope we're wrong because I feel bad for them.
Okay.
They've been shit on for so long, and I feel bad for the players because you look at Ryan O'Reilly last year, and he was like almost crying in his post-season press conference. He was like, "I'm done. I haven't won a game, and I haven't had a winning season in so long. I don't know what it's like to win." Now, some people might take it as, okay, well, it's your job. Play the fucking game, win the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it gets to a point where you're in a team that's so bad for so long. They need a change, and that's what they did. They got rid of Ryan O'Reilly. They made a bunch of changes up front, bringing in Skinner, Connor Sheary.
Yep.
And I actually forgot about this one too, Berglund.
They added Berglund, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny now, man. I think didn't they reacquire Pominville? Or was he there?
I thought they did a couple of years ago.
Okay, that was a while ago because I thought he went from Buffalo to Minnesota, and I thought he was still in Minnesota. I guess he just flew under the radar, but I mean he's right now he's on their fourth line, but they got Vladimir Sobotka too.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is a pretty good player.
I want to be wrong for both of our sakes. I want to see them finish above Ottawa, Montreal, and Detroit.
Okay.
Even if they don't make the playoffs, I'd like them to be middle of the pack in our division. Forget the rest of the league. If they can be fourth or fifth in our division, I think they're moving in the right direction. Obviously, they are. But it's going to be we're going to have to wait a little bit longer to find out. They also have some new young guns coming through in Middlestat, Tage Thompson, who was there last year, but in a very minimal role. I don't think he had much for line mates.
Right. I mean, Nylander should make the team this year, no?
Exactly. Him too. And hopefully Sam Reinhart can have a better season as well.
Yeah. I think they're going to be putting a lot of the load on his shoulders. Honestly, a healthy Jack Eichel kind of changes the entire dynamic for that team. He was in and out of the lineup last year, which definitely affected them. And I look at their current injury report for like right around this time of year. I know that Bogosian's hurt. I know that Sheary is actually out right now. I think he's been practicing. I think Hunwick is out as well. I mean, it's if they can start off the year healthy, they have a chance of at least having a better start to the year than they've had. But I mean, you think about it, they lost Josh Georges wasn't a big player, but they lost their backup goalie Chad Johnson. They lost their starting goalie Robin Leonard. They lost Ryan O'Reilly. They lost Benoit Pouliot, who was an amazing goal scorer for them.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
And then you look at the additions. Yeah, like you said, man. Berglund, Dahlin. Hunwick is a good veteran presence on the back end. He could definitely help them out. He was good with Toronto when he was there. They got Connor Sheary, Skinner, Sobotka, Tage Thompson. I mean,
on the back end too, they also added Marco Scandella.
Yeah, Scandella. I think he came last year at the free agency period, right?
He did, and he's not a standout flashy guy like Dahlin or Risto or Skinner. Or Eichel.
No, but he's definitely steady. I mean, he's going to be a top pairing guy with Ristolainen, I think. Yeah. Right. So. Yeah. Exactly. The roster doesn't look bad on paper.
And in nets, they did get rid of Lehner, but they actually picked up. I'd say a pretty good goalie in Carter Hutton.
I mean,
maybe he's a little bit unproven as of right now to be a number one starter and carry the load.
And dude, I was a big fan of Carter Hutton. However, because he was in Nashville, right? 2 years ago.
Carter Hutton.
Yeah.
He was for the Blues.
But like before that.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, I remember the Leafs had played him one game, and he just fucking stood on his head. So yeah, he played for Nashville, and then I thought he was a solid backup there. He went to St. Louis, and I was like, man, he might be stealing Allen's job. And last year, Allen got injured, or I don't know if he was injured or if he was just playing like crap, but they put in Hutton as their starter for a while. And he did not impress, bro. He went from being a potential of being a good number one goalie, and he just choked on his opportunity. I'm hoping now in Buffalo he's going to be able to prove himself. Yeah. I mean, I don't think like you said, I don't think he's a proven number one just yet. So, when you're kind of shaky in the pipes, it's hard to have much confidence going into the season.
Yeah. 100%.
But yeah, that's. Yeah, I don't have. I won't lie. I don't have that much hope for this team this year.
Okay. Listen, we can only dish out so much hope. Yours is with Florida and Edmonton. Yep. I would say those two. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna pick Buffalo and the that's my only team for right now. We're gonna keep going down. The list,
so you think Buffalo's gonna be?
I'm gonna say they have. Come on, bro. They have to be better than what they were last year with the changes they made.
They have to be better. But like adding Jeff Skinner, he's a small winger. Sam Reinhart, smallish guy, right?
Yeah.
Eichel as their center, if he's healthy, sure, okay. Their top line looks like a second line on the other teams in the division.
Yeah.
If Kyle Okposo's healthy, Middlestat, I don't even think they're convinced they're keeping him up from what I heard.
Okay, so let's. Well, because we'll get into that because I have him as my make it player.
Okay. Yeah.
But anyways, let's move on to the next category.
Yeah.
Who do you think needs to impress this year for the Buffalo Sabres? Who's gonna have a standout year?
If we're talking about who needs to show improvement,
more so, who do you want to see maybe step out of their comfort zone and play a little bit?
I would actually really like to see.
Or worse.
I would like to see Jeff Skinner really shining in that role as a top winger. I liked him with Carolina. I was kind of hoping the Leafs would pick him up as like a depth forward because like imagine having that guy on your third line.
Like,
I just find it's upsetting that he's on Buffalo's first line, or that he's slated to be like one of their top guys. I do hope for him though that he has a big year. But I will also say, I'm a big fan of rookie players that can make it to the league. So Rasmus Dahlin, man, if he can have, I would love to see him having like a huge season as a defenseman.
How many points do you think he'll get? Just in general. No, don't be specific with goals and assists. Just
no, I mean it's hard to tell, but I wouldn't be surprised, man, if he got like 40 points this year. Like I think he can be like I know you say don't be specific, but if he can get 12 to 15 goals on the year, maybe a lot of special teams play, he'll be moving the puck quite well. So I think he'll get quite a lot of points, to be honest.
Okay, cool. For me, my make it or break it player has to be Carter Hutton. Mm-hmm. I know we say it a lot. A lot of teams and their standings kind of rely on how good their goalie is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some teams can kind of get away with it. Like last year, the Blues, like they're all offense, a little bit of defense, and I found their goalie scenario very inconsistent.
Yep.
Now that they have Carter Hutton, I would say as number one. I don't think Linus Ullmark will steal too many games from him unless he's injured. But if Carter Hutton can post even just...
Yeah.
But I think he needs to have a good year.
Well, I'm in agreement with that. In terms of where we see them finishing, so like I said, bottom of the division. I don't think they're going to be. I think they're still a year away from making a big impact on the league, especially in the Atlantic.
All right. So, any other comments you want to make? Something to stand out to you?
I honestly hate Buffalo.
Good.
So I kind of just want to end this. Same as the Bruins one. I hate these teams, man.
All right. Well, in that case,
I should be unbiased, right? When we're doing this, like the whole point should be to be unbiased. But they're rivals. They've been rivals for a long time with Toronto, and back when I was a kid, like they were one of the teams I hated the most. So I guess that just kind of carries over, and that doesn't go away. No,
that's totally fine. We'll keep it short and sweet. I guess we're going to thank our sponsors now.
Oh, my God.
We're looking at Tommy Bahama, North Face, Baby Gap, and the guys who invented flip-flops. Shout out to you boys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one.